The room is quiet. A small lamp hums. He holds a mirror close to his face. Breath fogs the glass. A word appears in the mist. Listen. He freezes. The word fades. The glass looks normal again. On the table, a receipt from last week lies folded. He passes a warm hairdryer over it. The blank side turns dark. Lines rise like ghosts. A time. A code. A warning. A dollar bill tilts in his hand. Tiny letters blink at the edge. A thread glows. Something shows only when the light hits right. He looks around his own home. At his key. At a cereal box. At a picture frame. Everything feels different. His voice is small. How long has it all been right here? Then, a soft tap inside the wall. Once. Twice. Like a message. He sets the mirror down. He reaches for the receipt. The secrets are not hiding. They are waiting. He lives alone in a small upstairs apartment. Old floors. Thin walls. A mirror above the dresser. Plain. Cheap. He never thought about it. Tonight, he stands close. He sees his own eyes. He breathes. Mist blooms on the surface. Then he sees it. A word in the fog. It is not written on the glass. It appears only when the glass fogs. 4 letters. Listen. His heart thumps. He tries again. He breathes harder. The word shows once more. Not perfect. Like a finger traced it long ago. Not his hand. Not his letters. It fades fast. He thinks about mirrors. Old mirrors were made with silver. Older ones used mercury. People used to hide notes behind them. People etched numbers on the back. People used them to see the street outside. Some mirrors are two-way. Some are not what they seem. He presses the edge with his nail. The frame creaks. The mirror does not move. He turns off the lamp. He uses his phone flashlight. He cups his hands and breathes a third time. The word comes back. And a short line under it. Like an arrow. He follows it with his eyes. The arrow points down. To the dresser surface. To a small ceramic bowl. He keeps little things in it. Coins. Pins. A folded receipt. He picks up the bowl. He takes out the receipt. The paper looks normal. Smooth. A bit shiny. He rubs his thumb on it. The ink is pale gray. Store logo. Time stamp. A long line of numbers. It is only a receipt. But now he is not sure. He lifts the hairdryer from the drawer. He turns it on low. He passes heat over the paper. The paper darkens. Letters and lines pop out where there was nothing. He smells a warm, sharp scent. He frowns. Thermal paper reacts to heat. He knows this, vaguely. But this shows a block of letters on the backside that he never saw. The new lines are faint but clear. 412. Back door. Knock twice. He stares. The time is in the past. A day ago. The message was there the whole time. Hiding in the paper. Waiting for heat. He looks up at the mirror. The glass is quiet now. He steps closer and whispers. Who wrote this? The room does not answer. But the wall seems to tick. He hears a pipe. Or is it something else? He breathes on the mirror again. This time, the word does not show. Only his face. Pale. Unsure. He picks up the receipt again and turns it over. On the printed side, down by the bottom, there is a small symbol. He never noticed it before. A tiny square above the barcode. It looks like nothing. It looks like everything. It looks like the start of a trail. He tells himself it is a prank. He tells himself it is nothing. But his hands move anyway. He folds the receipt along the dotted line. He holds it up to the mirror. The tiny square and the barcode line up in the reflection. Together, they form an arrow. It points toward the hallway. toward the old picture frame by the door. He swallows. The mirror breathes nothing now. But he does. He steps into the hall. What else, he wonders, has he missed? He stands in the hall with the receipt. The paper is light. But it feels heavy now. He holds it to the light. He sees the store name, the date, the exact second. He sees IDs, a register number, a cashier code, a line that says, Terminal, 07. A long string of digits under the barcode. Some numbers repeat. One number looks like a date from years ago. Another looks like a time. A whisper of a pattern. He thinks about receipts the way most people do. Trash. Wallet filler. But receipts have always told stories. Long before printed paper, people pressed marks into clay. Traders scratched tallies on bone. In old markets, ink faded fast, but the numbers stood. The habit stayed. The paper changed. The secrets stayed. The thermal paper reacts to heat. Everyone has seen that trick. Put it near a toaster. It turns black. But this receipt shows more than heat stains. The backside reveals letters neatly arranged. They do not belong to the store. They belong to someone else. The message tells him what to do. It told him yesterday. He didn't look. He flips the paper and scans the product list. Milk. Bread. Batteries. A small code sits by each item. It looks like the store's internal SKU. But one item has a different pattern. It has letters mixed with numbers. It reads, A3, B1. He says it out loud. A3, B1. His eyes lift to the picture frame near the door. The frame is old wood. At the top corner, faint pencil marks sit. A, B, C, D along the edge, like someone labeled the sides for a puzzle. He steps closer to the frame. He looks at the back. Little metal tabs hold the backing in place. He hesitates. He hears the soft tick of a clock. He hears a muffled sound behind the wall. He slips a fingernail under a tab and lifts. 1, 2, 3. He eases the backing away. Inside the frame, behind the photo, he finds something thin. It is a slip of paper cut from a cereal box. The paper shows half a barcode. And a set of printed numbers, Lot L402. Plant 3. There is a pen mark circling the 3. His chest tightens. He does not know why. He feels watched. He turns toward the mirror. Only himself. He returns to the receipt. Another line catches his eye. Auth code, 0412. The same 4 numbers from the hidden message. He imagines 2 hands at a counter. One passes a card. One taps a button. A number prints that looks like nothing. But then the mirror says listen. And here he is. He folds the receipt along the center. The small square above the barcode meets the top edge. In the reflection, the arrow points at the picture frame again. He looks at the frame corners. There, barely visible, is a pencil note. B1. He pulls the corner back more. There is a second note he missed. A3. He smiles, but it is not joy. It is fear. There is one more thing on the receipt. The store phone number. He wonders if calling will unlock anything. He wonders if a time will matter. He wonders if the person who wrote this is in the building. The sound in the wall comes again. A careful, slow tap. Not a pipe. Not the fridge. A human rhythm. Tap, tap. He sets the receipt down. He picks up the frame. The back is open now. Behind the photo is a second photo, face to face, back to back. The paper smells old. He pulls them apart. The second photo is not of his home. It is of a door. A metal door. With blue paint around it. With a faint chalk mark on the brick. A chalk X. He recognizes the brick. It looks like the alley behind his building. Why was that in his frame? Who placed it there? Why did the receipt know? He lays the two photos on the table. His own smile in one. A door in the other. The door is metal. Industrial. Blue paint chipped at the edges. There is chalk dust on the brick near the frame. An X. It looks fresh in the photo. But the paper is old. Maybe years old. He tilts it. He sees dates faintly pressed into the border. He can't make them out. He thinks about picture frames. People hid love letters behind them. People hid money. People even hid keys taped to the backing. Framers sometimes wrote notes with soft pencil on the inside mats. Dates. Names. Quiet messages to the future. He holds the wood up to his nose. It smells like old varnish. Like a thrift store aisle. He did buy it used. He paid cash. He took it home. He never checked the back. Not once. He studies the chalk X. He remembers a story. In the war, people marked buildings with chalk signs. For safety. For danger. For secret aid. A simple mark meant help was inside. Another meant, do not trust. Code carried in chalk because chalk washed away. The mark in the photo looks like a guide. It points to the door. A blue door behind his building. He has seen that door. He takes his trash out that way. He never saw the chalk. Maybe the rain took it. There's a little crease at the bottom of the photo. He smooths it. Something rustles. He runs a finger along the paper edge. Something is embedded in the frame's cardboard backer. He splits the cardboard layers carefully. Thin. Dry. In between layers he finds a small sticker. It is from a clothing manufacturer. The sticker reads, Cut 412, Lot A3. The numbers again. His skin prickles. He looks to the closet. A jacket hangs there. He bought it at a second-hand shop when he moved in. Cheap. Strong. He puts his hand in the inside pocket. He feels a lump in the seam. He did not notice it before. He pinches hard. The seam thread feels thicker there, as if a small tag is hidden inside. He thinks about clothing tags. Symbols no one reads. They are a language. A triangle. A square. A circle. Wash cold. Do not bleach. The tag in his jacket says more. On the underside, in tiny type, it reads, Factory 3. His eyes sting. He is tired. But the pattern is clear. The number keeps coming back. 3. 3. 3. He returns to the photo of the door. There is a box with a keypad in the frame. Worn numbers. Some numbers are polished from use. The 0. The 1. The 2. The 4. He knows how that trick works. The most used numbers on a keypad are shiny. Worn. They hint at the code. He whispers, 0, 1, 2, 4. It sounds like 0412. The hidden time. The authorization code. The breath on the mirror. The seam in the jacket. He places the frame down and steps to the window. The alley is empty. A cat moves by a trash can and vanishes. A distant siren sings and fades. He looks at the clock. Past midnight. His breath fogs the glass for real. He thinks of the mirror again. He almost goes to the door. He almost runs outside. But another part of him says no. Not yet. Not without one more sign. He picks up the cereal box scrap he found in the frame. Half a barcode. Lot L402. Plant 3. There is a panel edge. He recognizes the box brand. He has the same brand in his kitchen. Last week's grocery run. He turns slowly to the pantry. The cereal box stands on the shelf. Unopened. He sets it on the counter. He turns it to the side panel. He looks for the lot code. He finds it. It matches the slip from the frame. He feels a tremor of fear. And of curiosity. The box has a map on the back for a kid's game. Stars. Lines. A tiny compass. He laughs once. It is not funny. He tears the top open and looks inside. Something rattles against the cardboard. Not cereal. Not a plastic toy. Something stiff. A folded square. It slides down into his palm. He unfolds it and sees a sticker. The same sticker as the frame. Cut 412. He looks up, chest heaving. The cereal box had kept a secret safe in his kitchen, all week, in plain sight. He has one question. Who is leaving these? And why do they want him to go to that door? He sets the cereal box upright. The printing looks fun and bright. Cartoon stars. A maze. Find the treasure, it says. He smiles because the word feels wrong now. Treasure. Hidden. He flips the box to the narrow side. There it is again. The code. L402314 plant 3. He runs a finger across the ink. It is rough. He can feel the dots of the printing head. He knows nothing about packaging. But he understands one thing now. Boxes speak if you listen. Barcodes hold numbers. The first digits tell the maker. The next digits tell the product. But some boxes also hide panel marks. Lines that show where to cut. Letters that tell machines which month or line. Collectors look for codes. Factories track recalls with them. Parents look for prizes with them. He looks for a pattern. He opens the bottom panel instead of the top. When he opens the flaps, he sees a thin strip of masking tape hidden under the glue. He eases it out with tweezers from a drawer. A folded strip of paper is stuck to the tape. He unfolds it. There is a tiny hand-drawn diagram. 4 squares in a row. The second square is circled. Under the row it says, second tile. Hallway. He stares at his own floor. Old oak boards. Then a small patch of cheap white tiles by the hall. 4 tiles wide before the boards begin. He kneels there and taps the tiles with his knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second tile sounds hollow. He comes back with a butter knife. He slides the blade under the edge. The grout chips. He winces at the sound. He works slowly. The tile lifts a little. He has to know now. The blade pries higher. The tile lifts for real. Under it is a thin black envelope. He breathes out a shaky laugh and then clamps his mouth shut. He listens. The building is silent. He opens the envelope. Inside is a single bill. $1. He almost throws it down. But this is not an ordinary bill. The paper feels thicker. He holds it to the lamp. A watermark face comes alive. He tilts it. A thread glows. He looks at the margin. Tiny letters dance. Microprinting. He knows currency hides micro words. But this bill has something extra. A tiny dot of blue pen near the 1 in the corner. Barely there. Maybe a dot to mark something. Maybe a guide. He turns the bill. He sees pencil marks wiped away and then drawn again. He tilts. He sees numbers written with a hard hand and then erased. The graphite worked into the paper. He takes the hairdryer again and warms the bill. Heat does not reveal much on currency. But the warmth brings out fingerprints he never saw. For a half second, he sees the blur of an index finger lifted long ago. Then it fades. He slides the bill back into the envelope. The envelope has more. A thin metal disc rattles out. It is an RFID tag. The kind used in clothes. The kind stores remove at the counter. This one is small and old. He holds it in his palm. He remembers the jacket tag. Factory 3. He stands now. He looks from the cereal box to the lifted tile to the black envelope. He understands the message. Look closer. Your stuff holds stories. Your stuff carries maps. He looks at the clock again. It reads 1:42. He remembers the code. 0412, he whispers. Not yet. He wants one more thing. One more sign. He opens his drawer and pulls out his key. The key is just a key. Brass. The ridges catch the light. But keys have codes. Some are stamped with a number that matches a lock family. His key's head shows SC1. He goog. No, he can't. No internet at this hour, he tells himself. He stares at the grooves. He sees a tiny scratch inside the head gap. Scratched by a nail. Or a pin. The scratch looks like an arrow. It points to the wall vents. The tile is in his hand. The vent is in the wall. He stands between them. He thinks of the mirror word. He thinks of the receipt message. He thinks of the chalk X and the blue door. He lifts his head and listens. The building breathes. He hears it again. Tap, tap. The sound is slower now. Like footsteps moving away. Or a code running out. He sits with the bill under the lamp. He has seen bills 1,000 times. He never looked this hard. The paper is not paper. Cotton and linen make it strong. The ink sits thick. If you rub, it bites your skin. Under the portrait, tiny words run like ants. In God we trust, in letters so small you almost imagine them. Microprinting keeps fakes away. It also hides hints. He tilts the bill. The security ribbon glows under certain light. He holds his phone flashlight to the side. The thread shows the denomination when it catches the beam. He remembers a museum. Glass cases. Old notes with secret watermarks. Bankers fought counterfeiters with layers. Marks only seen at angles. He wonders if someone used those habits to hide their own message. He studies the blue pen dot. It sits near the top left, 1. He flips the bill and aligns the dot with the letter E in the Federal Reserve seal by turning the bill slightly. When he lines them up, the dot and the letter E together point like a compass toward the top right corner. He looks there. He sees a faint pencil line that was erased but not fully. He shades the corner with a soft pencil, the way people reveal in dent impressions. Letters bloom. Vent. He looks at the wall vent again. He has avoided it. The slats are dusty. The screws are painted over. He gets a coin and twists the screw head until the paint cracks. Flakes fall to the floor. He picks them up with shaking fingers. He pulls the vent cover off. Cold air sighs. Inside, on the first metal ridge, a small magnet sits. A magnet shaped like a coin. It holds a folded strip of paper against the metal. He lifts the magnet. The paper falls into his hand. He unfolds it. There is a list. Mirror. Receipt. Frame. Serial. Tile. Bill. Jacket. Door. Under the list, if you got this far, you can hear me. He looks up, sudden, breath held. He hears nothing. But the air feels different. He looks at the wall. He taps. Tap. Tap. On the second tap, the wall answers. Once. He reads the last line again. You can hear me. He feels silly. He feels scared. He whispers. I hear you. The wall is quiet. He speaks again. Who are you? Silence. He rubs his face with his hands. He is tired. He looks at the list. Only 2 items remain. Jacket. Door. He pulls the jacket down. The seam lump is still there. He gets scissors and snips a single stitch. Inside the seam, he finds a tiny plastic capsule. Like a pill. He twists it open. A roll of microfilm drops into his palm. He laughs out loud at the absurdity. Microfilm. From another time. He rolls it gently and holds it up to the light. He sees little rectangles. Frames. He cannot read them without a viewer. He does not have one. He opens his phone camera and zooms all the way in. He shines the lamp through the film and aims the lens through it. The screen shows a rough image. A blueprint. Lines. Numbers. A floor plan. His building. A mark at the end of the hall by the back stair. A small X. He breathes in. He breathes out. His fear and his curiosity stand together now. They both point to the same place. He looks at the clock. It is 2:04. He tries to sit still for 8 more minutes. He fails. He grabs the key. He grabs the jacket. He switches off the lamp. The room falls into soft gray. He hears the wall one last time. Tap, tap. Then nothing. He moves through the hall on quiet feet. The building is old. It creaks, but he knows where to step. He passes the mirror without looking. He passes the picture frame. He feels the air grow cooler near the back stairs. He descends. Every step sounds too loud. His breath fogs in the stairwell. He reaches the bottom. A metal door stands to the right. It is painted blue. The same blue as the photo. The paint has chipped along the handle. Someone pulled hard many times. Chalk dust lingers low on the brick near the frame. He kneels and touches it. The chalk leaves a whisper on his finger. Not new. Not ancient. Recent enough to hold shape. He looks at the keypad. The plastic is worn smooth at 0, 1, 2, 4. He lifts his hand. He presses 0-4-1-2. The pad beeps once. A red light blinks. Wrong. He tries 4-1-2-0. Beep. Red. He tries 1-2-0-4. Beep. Red. He stands there with his finger over the keys and then stops. He looks down at his watch. The seconds slip. It is 2:11. He waits. At 2:12, he presses 0-4-1-2 again. The pad blinks green. He lets out a breath he did not know he held. The lock buzzes. He pulls. The door opens almost silently. Beyond, a short service corridor leads to the alley. Pipes line the ceiling. A low lamp flickers. The air smells like wet stone and old detergent. He steps inside and lets the door close behind him. The lock clicks. He is committed now. At the end of the corridor is a second door. Gray. No keypad. Only a round knob and a small mail slot below. The mail slot has a felt flap. He looks around. No cameras. No people. Only his own heartbeat. He kneels by the slot and opens it. A draft kisses his face. He sees darkness beyond. He slides a finger in and feels smooth paper. He pulls out an envelope. It is black like the one under the tile, but thicker. On the front, in chalk, it says his apartment number. No name. Just the number. He tears it open. Inside is a single page and a small, flat object wrapped in tissue. He reads the page. I lived where you live. I looked the way you look. I could not speak loud. I learned to hide messages in the ordinary. If you found this, you are careful. You will not shout. You will not rush. Listen to the building. It will tell you where the wrong places are. It will tell you where people stand when they should not. Do not go to the police yet. Not until you finish. Turn over the page. Use what is wrapped. He turns the page. The back shows the same blueprint he saw on the film. But now it has a new mark. A small circle in the laundry room. He unwraps the tissue. Inside is a small UV flashlight. He clicks it on. The beam is purple. He shines it on the page. Invisible ink wakes up. A line appears from the circle to a wall labeled North. At the end of the line is one word, behind. He stands slowly. He looks toward the laundry room door up the corridor, past a bend. He did not notice it before. He holds the UV light and walks, one step at a time. The purple beam paints the floor. Dust glows. Tiny threads and spots light up like stars. He enters the laundry room. Machines sleep. A fluorescent light flickers. He sweeps the UV beam along the walls. Little splashes and smudges react. Then he sees it. A clean rectangle on the north wall where dust is missing. A rectangle behind a rolling cart. He moves the cart. He presses on the rectangle. A metal panel clicks and swings open like a small door. Inside, darkness and something wrapped in cloth. He reaches in. He is careful. He lifts out the bundle. It is heavy. He opens the cloth. Inside is a hard drive. Old. Rugged. And a note on top: do not plug this into anything that can touch the internet. He laughs once, surprised at the thought. Then footsteps echo down the corridor. He freezes. Footsteps approach. Slow. Careful. He breathes through his nose. He clicks the UV light off. He crouches behind the rolling cart. The footsteps pause at the corridor bend. He hears the soft scrape of a shoe pivot. The sound of someone thinking. He waits. The steps come no closer. A door opens somewhere. A soft draft flows into the laundry room. The steps fade. He holds still for 10 more heartbeats. He rises and stands in front of the open panel again. He looks at the hard drive. He looks at the note. He thinks of the voice that spoke through chalk, paper, print, and dust. It belongs to a person who hid things well because they could not speak without danger. He wraps the drive in the cloth and slides it into his jacket under his arm. He closes the panel. The click is soft. He moves the cart back. He turns the UV light on again, scanning the floor. He sees a trail of small glowing dots leading out of the room. Fresh droplets. Fresh scuffs. Someone else used UV recently. Or something else leaves a glow. He follows 2 steps and then stops himself. Not now. Not yet. He returns to the blue door. He takes the stairs. He moves lightly across the hall past the mirror. He pauses at the mirror and breathes one last time. The glass fogs. For a moment, a new line appears. Not a word. A small heart. Then it fades. He whispers, "Thank you," to a person he has not met. He places the hard drive on the table and reads the note again. Do not plug into anything that can touch the internet. He thinks of air-gapped computers. Of old laptops. Of places where secrets can open safely. He does not own such a machine. But the note writer probably did. Maybe the person used the building's old office. Maybe the basement has a forgotten terminal. The blueprint did not show one. He needs to find a safe way. He needs time. He opens the black envelope again. There is a second, smaller slip he missed. It is taped inside. He peels it free. 3 lines. People in 3B listen at doors. 2A is safe. Do not go back to the alley yet. He blinks at the directness. It reads like someone learned the hard way. He looks toward his own door. His neighbor in 3B sometimes coughs at midnight. He thinks about the footsteps. He thinks about the tap in the wall. He thinks about the tiny magnet in the vent holding a list. He did not imagine any of it. The building is a body. It breathes. It has ears. He stands and opens his jacket. He pulls the microfilm again. He looks at the frames through the phone. He scrolls through the shaky makeshift magnification. He sees the blueprint. He sees a photo of a man in a cap and a woman in a gray coat. He sees a date on a wall calendar in the back of one frame. 2 years ago. He sees a shot of the blue door keypad with the numbers 0-1-2-4 circled. He sees the chalk X. He sees the word listen written on a mirror in a different room, not his. He realizes the truth. The person who left this did not know him. They only knew someone like him would come. Someone careful. Someone curious. Someone who looks twice. They hoped the next tenant would find what they could not finish. He looks again at the hard drive. The cloth is plain. The object is not. It is heavy with voices. With files. With proof. He knows the next steps will need care. He knows his stuff, his mirror, his receipt, his frame, his box, have been hiding secrets in plain sight. The secrets were never the objects. The secrets were the people. The stories. The warnings. He walks to the window. The city is quiet. He can see the alley's blue door from here. The chalk X is gone. A street light flickers. A car passes and washes the brick with light. He sets the hard drive on the table, then switches off the lamp. In the dark, the house hums. The mirror holds its silence. He whispers into the quiet. I'm listening. Then, from the vent, very softly, one last tap.